you have people who wake up in a system and they look around and they realize that they're very dissatisfied with what's going on. They feel that it could be better, and not only that it could be better, but that there's some kind of problem with how things are. So then they try to figure out what to do about it, and that kind of sets them on a journey. The journey moves them necessarily out of what they're used to, but that's scary and also unknown. So then they get stuck. But it's that process of continuing to investigate and try to figure out what it is that you can do differently that actually informs the change.
Mm-hmm.
So you have two people that meet and they're going in the same direction, in the sense that they both have woken up and looked around and they don't like what's going on, and they're moving away from how things are into something different. But one has been at it longer than the other and has a lot more experience and a lot more understanding of what it actually really takes and really looks like. So these two people meet and they have a connection, they really get along, and they're coming together out of a sense of community and friendship. But inherent in that relationship still is that they're not equal, even though they're going to the same place. And they're not equal because one has more experience in trying to go where they're both trying to go than the other. So inherent in that relationship, whether directly or indirectly, whether acknowledged or not acknowledged, there's a transfer that happens, not just of information and knowledge, but of an experience of a change in reality, where there is on one side the old reality that the person knows, and then there's this unknown reality that they want to get to but don't know how, and there's a gap in between. So this person that is doing the same thing but is more along the way represents a bridge, a way to help bridge that gap. So
It's like they automatically help them.
right,
It's
right.
just the way it is.
And that transfer happens automatically. It
Yeah.
can't help but happen. And it's satisfying for the person that is further along the way, but it's also satisfying for the person that is newer to the journey, because everybody feels, all the people that are taking that journey feel the same way. They feel that something needs to change and they're trying to figure out how to do it. And the more people change, the easier it will get for everybody.
Yeah, because it becomes more real, the community.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, I think what I'm really talking about here is the importance of those people who go before the majority goes.
Yeah.
And how they're treated, because those people that go before the majority goes, they often are demonized, they're attacked, they're made to look ridiculous or crazy, and they often suffer. Their ability to care for themselves suffers because they can't find work, they won't be taken seriously. And it's those people that I really want to talk about and advocate for, because those people have undergone that journey for a longer time. And so they know a lot about it, and they can help others who are still inside of this old system, waking up and looking around and saying, I don't like this. They can help them make that transition. Now, with anything, nothing is limitlessly for free. Everything needs to be replenished. And so people like that, and I'll call them conductors or catalysts, people that can help make that transition, or people that can transfer this ability to walk out, they need to sustain themselves somehow, and so at some point they need to be able to be recognized for what they're actually doing and get what they need, either through financial support or material support. And so there's a problem that occurs when those people try to do that, working with people that are within the system. In other words, people who are just starting to wake up and try to leave the system. And the problem is that in the system, community and personal connection and intimacy are totally separate from professionalism and service.
Mm.
In the professional world, in the world where you are doing a job, it's not personal. It's personal in the sense that you do the job the best that you can and you care about your job, but you don't really care about the person beyond the job that you're doing. So things like personal feelings, empathy, love, intimacy, a deeper bond, those things are not exchanged in the
Right.
professional sector. They're only exchanged on the personal sector.
Mm-hmm.
Friendships, romantic relationships, families, etc. So, so for a person like that, the idea of attaching money or material exchange for something as personal and intimate as a friendship and community is painful. It makes them, it leaves them feeling like they don't mean anything, like they're just an object, a means to an end, they're being used.